my Stitchy Friends! Welcome back to my Flosstube channel, Kate B. Stitching, where we talk mostly about cross stitch, the occasional craft, and where we talk about mostly about cross stitch. This is Flosstube number 6. Hello again, welcome back. Does it seem like it's been longer than usual these past 2 weeks? It has been for me, personally. I just want to say thank you to all those who have been commenting. They've been wonderful. You guys are all exceptional and thank you so much. Thank you to all those who are visiting and coming back to my channel. It's been great to have you back to my little Flosstube channel. And thank you to all those who are visiting for the first time. I hope you stick around. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about what's been going on in my life. Let's see. I did have my birthday on May 3rd. And let's see. Me and my daughter drove up to Blackfoot. I'm from Utah, so a little close to Shepherd's Bush here in Utah. And so northern Utah, and we drove up to Blackfoot, Idaho, which is about 2.5 hours away from us. And we went to a little vintage market with my stepmom, my sister, and my sister-in-law. And the vintage market was fantastic. We had a good time visiting with my family, and it was mostly just kind of spur of the moment, just a birthday day out with the girls, and it was a lot of fun. We looked at all of the vintage finds. There was other things besides vintage stuff, obviously, but we were there mostly to see the vintage stuff. And let's see. After we went there, we went out to lunch to a really fun barbecue place. That was a lot of fun, just visiting with them and eating lunch with them because we didn't really have a lot of time together. And then after that, we went home. Me and my daughter just drove home, and it was just good being with her, just spending some quality time with her too. And then once we drove home, I took her home, and then I just started my stitch along, which was With Thy Hands by Teresa Kogut. And I had so much fun doing that. I was hoping to start a little earlier, but I had too much fun with the girls. I was going to start in the car, but it was just too fun visiting with my daughter that I just drove and visited with her, and we had a good time. So when I got home, that's when I started it, and I got quite a bit done. And that was my evening. We were going to go out to dinner, my husband and me and my son, but I was just too full. So we ended up going out the day after, and that was good. And that was my birthday. It was kind of nice and chill, and that's what birthdays should be, I think. So I'll kind of tell you some more later. I had some Flosstube mentions that were really nice that I want to say thank you to. Leopard and Lace Co. XOXO Tammy. She is a sweetheart. She's always commenting on my stuff on Instagram and on my stuff on YouTube. She is sweet. She's from West Texas, and she has a slight accent from it too, which is so sweet and so cute. She does finishing for other people, which she does such a cute job. She's always showing her finishing for other people. She does a really great job doing that. And I'm doing Maggie May, and she's done her Maggie May, but she did hers in teal and pink. And I like seeing everybody's different Maggie Mays, doing them in other colors. I only changed up mine just a tiny bit, whereas other people are changing theirs up like completely, where she changed hers up like teal and pink. It's so cute. So you guys got to go check hers out. She's just a darling girl. You should really go and check her out. Just sweet lady. Love watching her. She just has a great, positive, lovely attitude. Great floss too. So please go check her out. Also, Brigham House Stitcher, Haley, she was one of my table mates at the retreat, at the Snug Harbor Crafts retreat, Stitch West. It took me a second to remember. Everybody's been talking about Stitch North, and I'm like, I did not go to Stitch North. I went to Stitch West. And anyway, she was one of my table mates, and she is a doll. She's really sweet. She has her own floss tube, so go check her out. She has some really awesome projects she's working on. So go check her out. She's from Utah too, which is really cool. And then Just Crafts Stitches, she mentioned me. She's a fun floss tuber too, so go check her out. Ditty Daisy Crafts, Pam from Scotland. So fun. So she she does comment on my floss tube, and she was a little discouraged on starting a floss tube, so me and some other people encouraged her to start a floss tube, and she did, and now she just started her very first floss tube. So go in and watch her first floss tube and encourage her to continue, because she really is doing a fantastic job. And we want to keep that momentum going, because floss tubing is really fun, and we want this community to grow and flourish, and you guys made me feel so welcome. We want to make her feel so welcome, and she really is fantastic. So anyways, check her out. She's really great. Let's see. Next on to FFOs and finishes. I have one, but it's a previous finish. So I thought I would share it. It is Honey Bee from Stitching with the Housewives. This is what it is. Whoop. There it is. And I did it a little differently. Here it is right here. Let me put the background on it maybe. Oh yeah, that's a little better. So I'll show you the finished part. There we go. I used black 14 count Aida. I don't know the exact kind or brand or whatever. And then I used all the called for DMC except for the blue on the flowers, and I used a different green, but I couldn't tell you what they are. But everything else was the called for DMC. And then I found this little finishing piece at the thrift store, and it's meant for a candle. Like, whoop, you put a candle in this little piece right here, and then you hang it on the wall. And I was not going to do that. So I put some foam down in there and put some eucalyptus in there. And then I just decided to put this cute little piece on there and curve up the top. And it worked out perfectly. I love how it turned out. This little heart part was on there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see it. And then I just put this little bow on there and nothing falls out. I just hung it up in my kitchen and I love it. I love how it turned out. And because my kitchen has bees and all sorts of honey things. So it looks perfect in there. Isn't it, darling? It's one of my favorite pieces. Anyways, so that's my only finish, or FFO, that I have to show. And then, let's see. New starts. I have a few new starts, because I was naughty. Oh, of course, my birthday sal. We can show that one. Of course, it's With Thy Hands by Teresa Kogut. Don't we love this one? Oh, I love this one. I was so excited to get this started. Now I'm using all the called for. And I'm using Vintage Country Mocha 20 count Ada. Let's see. And of course I rolled it up so it's all rolled up. But I got quite a bit done, I feel. I got the house completely done. And I did take out, so in the pattern you can see little black maybe windows in the bunting. And I took those out. I didn't really care for them. But other than that, everything's the same in the house. And then I started doing the green border down here. There's another green border up here, but I figured I can start working from the border. And so that'll be a lot easier. And then I did With Thy Hands, and then I just need to do Ivy Rot down right in here. And that should be pretty easy. And I'm going to work on that next. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. These little things were a little bit of a booger. I don't know why. You'd think that they'd be super easy, but they were a little bit of a booger. But I was really happy. Everything connected. I counted correctly. I didn't have to frog anything. Everything just came together really, really easily and really well. So I'm really happy with it. I'm really enjoying working on this pattern. I'm excited to get to the fun stuff like the tomato and the scissors and the animals. Those should be a lot of fun. Oops, sorry. Oh, I ended up putting this cute little scissor fob on here from the retreat. So I think that looks really cute. Then next one is I don't know if I showed this, but I bought this this cute pattern. I think I showed it last time, this pattern. It's called the Prairie Fairie from the Prairie Schooler, and it's from 1995, which I don't know why I fell in love with it, but there is a fairy, a Prairie Schooler fairy series, but I didn't even know that until after I bought this, but I just loved this particular fairy, mainly because the tomato and the strawberry on her head, the cute little hoop in her hand. She's holding a real needle, which is so darling. I don't know if you can see that. She's so cute. Anyways, I just fell in love with her. And so I wanted to start her. I'm thinking about having her as my, like, in my purse kind of whip. Let's see. So I haven't got very far on her, but at least I got the skin, part of her blouse done, and part of her hat done. So I'm getting there. So let's see if I can get a little closer. Yeah. And I got her little hands. But I've started the tomato on her head, which I'm excited about. I'm excited to do that. I think she's darling. But yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna put her in my purse. And I used mushroom sand. So I bought this from this fabric from Shepherd's Bush, and they called it mushroom sand. So that's what I'm going to call it, mushroom sand. And it's 20 count Aida, and I'm using all the called for DMC. And that is that one. It's nice that I don't have to roll up this one. I can just stick it in here flat, and it fits all in this cute little pouch that I made from Shepherd's Bush. Isn't that cute? I did end up finishing it. Kristen gave me some leftover yellow that she had, and so I finished it. I love it. My last start is from this cute bag, my chicken bag that Kristen gave me. Let's see. It is Summer Trio. I told you last time that I was going to start it. It's by With Thy Needle and Thread. And this is a new fabric that I really like. It's from Fabric Flair, but it's called Stone. And it's 18 count Aida, Fabric Flair Stone. And I'm using about half the called for and half not the called for. So I want it to look like red, white, and blue. So I don't know if you can see that. So these I'm using the called for red instead of the pink. And on the flowers, I'm going to use the pink instead of the red. So it's more red, white, and blue. And then on this, I found a DMC that is very close to the called for. That was hand dyed. And I think I got pretty dang close. So about half and half called for, half not. And I used a lot of DMC. So I think it's coming along pretty good. And I'm hoping that it will look more summery in the 4th of July colors than pinks. And I think with those strawberries in the Hello Summer one, it'll look really cute with the red, white, and blue and the bird, and I just think it'll look really cute. So at least I'm hoping. So last Thursday, I went to Kristen's house for a girls' day, and she has a daughter in her early 20s, and my daughter is 20, and so we had a girls' day that our girls got together with us, and we did beading for our bags, and we did some jewels, and some of them we did ribbons on, and I'll show you a couple others, but it was just fun doing some beads and zipper pulls and scissor fobs and things like that. Me and my mom have collected beads over the years to do jewelry and all different kinds of beading things. And I like to get together with Kristen and do different beading things, especially scissor fobs and zipper pulls. Anyways, we wanted to do that with the girls, and we had so much fun. And this is just one thing we did, but this one, this I got from Temu, this little strawberry, and then Kristen had a bunch of ribbons that we went through and made like a little pole from, and we put it on the bag that she made for me, and she made one for her. But doesn't that look just darling together? I just think that looks so cute. I love it. So just another idea. We got the idea from Brigham House Stitcher. She gave us one with her, for one of her gifts for her table mates. And so we decided to make some too. It was such a cute idea. But that was fun. She gave me a birthday present that I'll show you some of the gifts she gave me at the end, but she really spoiled me. Anyways, this is my next whip. I'm going to start by showing you all my whips now. This one is Maggie May, which is by Stacy Nash, her Animal Cracker series. I just am in love with Maggie May. She's darling. The only called for that I'm using on her is the putty and the Confederate gray, which is in her dress. And let's see. And what I've gotten done on this is I finished her head, her ears, everything except her whiskers. I finished her blouse and her feet and her hands. The only thing I have left is her little slippers and her dress. And her dress is that Confederate gray that is the called for. And I really want to do her slippers green, but I might change my mind. I'm not sure yet. I might change my mind, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to do them green. Like maybe avocado green or like kind of a brighter green. I think that'll be cute. Anyways, I love how it's turning out. Very cute. And I love how the different color head I did. I didn't do charcoal, I think was the called for. What color did I do? I did wood trail and the called for was charcoal. And it came out browns and grays. And I think it just looks really pretty. Anyways, I love how she's turning out. All right, the next called for is Souvenirs of the Heart by With Thy Needle and Thread. This one is one of my favorites. I really love this one from Brenda Gervais. I love the yellow house. It's one of my favorites. And what I've done here is mostly, actually I finished all of the green. So I did all of this green. I finished all of this green right here, all the leaves. And then I finished all of this green. So I don't, oh, and the green that's in the basket. So I don't have any green left to do on the whole pattern. And there's a few red flowers that go here. And a couple red flowers that go in the basket. And then I have the white left to do. And I think that's it. So I could probably finish this by next time. If I really press on the white. I don't love doing the white. But where it's in the flag, I think that's not a problem. It's the white that's in here that I'm not excited for. But that'll be okay. Maybe I'll get it done. We'll see. I'm excited to do the flowers. Those will be fun. And there's a couple more confetti red flowers that go in here, but that's not a problem. And I'm fine with these flowers too. We'll just see about the white. Not totally excited for that. Oh, you'll have to tell me if you guys understand that. This one is the mushroom. Sorry, I have something in my eye. Fabric Flare Mushroom Slushy, 18 count Ada. And I'm using all the called for. And I think it's all overdyes. All right. Here's another one of those cute beaded zipper pulls that we did. Aren't those cute? I did this one for me and my daughter because I made a bag for her. Aren't those cute? Let's see. This one is, the last one is Bumblebee Etchings by Heart and Hand. This one's one of my favorite ones. I had a lot of fun working on this. I was working on this one last night, and I only have a little bit left, which I'm really excited for. So, yesterday and the last few days, wrong side. I finished these leaves and up in here, and then I started working on the two color yellows that kind of variegate together into the next color yellow. So I have one more yellow and I think a white left. Oh, and it's gonna be so pretty. Look how pretty that's gonna be. Isn't that going to be so pretty on that? Oh, I'm so excited. That flower is so pretty. And then I'm going to get started on... Why is that doing that? That's weird. And then I'm going to get started on that bee and make it into like an animal cracker. I think that'll be really fun. But... that's how that looks up close. I think it looks so good. Hopefully I'm holding it still enough. Oh, I'm really happy with it. But I think this bee as an animal cracker is going to be so stinking cute. But I'm going to do it on a green fabric. I think that's going to be really pretty. anyways, that is my last WIP. I was going to talk about Mother's Day. I hope you all had a good Mother's Day to all those, that however you celebrate Mother's Day. And I had a pretty good Mother's Day. My kids came over, we played games, some card games, and then we went out to dinner. My husband took us out just to a restaurant, and so none of us had to cook, which was really nice. No dishes. And then the rest of the night I stitched. And I didn't have to clean or cook, or I just relaxed, and I didn't have to get up and get myself anything. My family just took care of me, and that was lovely. So I got pampered, and I got spoiled with a couple gifts and some treats, which was very lovely. So it was a nice day of relaxation and a good dinner. So that was really nice. And that was my Mother's Day. I hope you all had a lovely Mother's Day, and however you celebrate Mother's Day. And then what I'm going to work on plans. Let's see. I want to finish my 3 WIPs, Maggie May, Souvenirs of the Heart, and the Bumblebee Etchings. I'd like to finish those 3, or at least try to finish a couple of those. Those would be really nice. And I really want to get working on Matter in Hand. I've kind of let that go to the wayside, and I'd really like to get working on that, and on that 3rd row. I have 2 rows done, and I haven't worked on the 3rd row at all. So I'd like to get that going. And that would be what my plans are for this coming next 2 weeks. So hopefully you'll see that on the next Flosstube. And then what's next is Happy Stitchy Stash. I want to show you, let's see, what I've purchased first, and then I'll show you what I got for my birthday. What I purchased was, I've been wanting this. I gave it as a gift once, but I've been wanting to buy it too. It is by Tiny Modernist, A Stitcher's Garden, and it's really not that big. It's only 80 by 112, which is the stitch count. And I was kind of surprised at that. That's how big it is. So I really would love to stitch this. I think it would be a fun one to do. So, and it'd be a fun summer one. But I don't know if I would start it anytime soon, because 4th of July stitching, patriotic stitching, is coming up in June. So I would have to start this like soon. Or maybe after patriotic stitching I would start this, because I really like this. Then I got this from Frizzy Lizzy Stitching. She did this. She made this cute pattern. It's called the Crafty Goose, and I just thought this was really cute. My daughter Shay, she wants to put this on her Stitchy box. She's a crafty girl. Isn't this cute? You can get it on her Etsy shop. I wonder if it says what her Etsy shop is on here. It just says at Frizzy Lizzy Stitches. That's her Instagram. So I bet if you go to her Instagram, you can find her Etsy shop. But isn't that darling? I know a lot of other floss tubers have already stitched it and things like that, but I think it's just cute. The little goose, and she's a crafty girl. I just think that's cute. So my daughter really likes it. Anyways, this is my next stitching for camping, and just think these are cute. So I got this and a Stitcher's Garden from 123 Stitch. And I'm excited to take this camping. I'm a camper. I love camping. So I'm gonna grab some easy Ada, probably, well, I love 18 count, so I'll probably just do 18 count. But some easy Ada, and have my camping bag and just stitch this when I'm there, and I would be happy as a clam. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that. All right, next is what I got at the vintage market. I had so much fun there. I would have bought a lot more, but I really restrained myself because I was naughty for my birthday. But, well, I was naughty at the retreat. So I ended up getting 2 of these. I thought they looked like strawberry containers. They're obviously not, but I thought they were cute, and they would be cute with some big fabric strawberries or something. But I thought they were just darling. Aren't they cute? And just cute. And then I got this wonderful, just rusty, look how rusty and old this spool is. I just love it. Look how rusty that is. Oh, I love it. Oh, and it still has some of the fibers from it. It's like kind of gross. I love it. Anyways, and then I got this really cute box. And it has handles on it. Just cute and ready for some pillows to go into it. And it's so cute. I love the little rusticness of it. The little nails. Very cute. And then the last 2 things that I got at the vintage market were these 2 cute strawberries that are, the gal said they were from the 18th century. This one has a little metal top on it. I don't know. There we go. Isn't that cute? You can tell that it's definitely been used. But here's the metal top. Oh, it's so pretty. I love that you can tell that it's been used. It looks like a cute little strawberry, and it's from the 1800s. I just think that is very cool. And then, hold on, let me connect this so I can see. And then this other one, she said was from the 1800s too. It's very like delicate. It has pins in it. Let's see. Also from the 1800s. Isn't that just so sweet? So I just fell in love with these 2 sweet strawberries. And I just had to take them home with me. This is what I think a vintage market's all about, is finding cute little finds like this. And I hope that they'll be, passed down in my family. Even though they're not from my family, it still tells a story. And you kind of wonder where they came from and who had them before us. And I just think that's really cool. Another little funny find that my daughter got me for my birthday, this huge tomato. She found it at Target, I think in the dollar spot. But isn't it just so adorable? I just think it's hilarious that she found me this huge tomato. She's like, I know that you love tomatoes. And so she got me this cute stuffed tomato to put in my craft room. And I just love it. It just makes me happy. Isn't she just adorable that she got me this? Anyways, I love it. Then Kristen spoiled me to death and got me this cute bag. It's a Teresa Kogut that she made. She made this Teresa Kogut. Isn't it darling? And then she had the really cute idea to make a zipper pull that is with a hoop. And so I went home, found a little hoop that I have, put a tomato in it. Well, let me cover up this hoop. And so I'm going to have the zipper pull with a hoop and maybe some beads with it. But isn't that darling? Isn't that going to be so cute? My little zipper pull with a hoop and a tomato. I got this pattern from Primrose Cottage from their new stitching patterns. And particularly their Mother's Day love, their freebie, but it could come from their stitching ones too. It's very similar to their stitching ones. Anyways, I just thought it was adorable and thought that would be cute hanging down from the zipper pull. Anyways, thought that would be fun. I still need to finish it though. And then, let's see. This one she gave me is in this cute Teresa Kogut fabric, this patriotic fabric. I just love it. And then she gave me this star to go on it if I wanted it. And I ended up making these beads, and it says yay at the end, kind of like yay for 4th of July. And I just thought that looked really cute. Let's see if you can see it better. There we go. I just thought that turned out super cute. And Kristen is so sweet to give me these bags. She knows I love Teresa Kogut and her fabric. And so she just spoiled me by giving me these bags. Oh, she's so sweet. And then she knew that I wanted bobbin. So she got me bobbin. And then she heard me one day talking about that I wanted to do punch needle. So she got me a punch needle hoop, the best that she could find, punch needle fabric, a punch needle, this darling punch needle pattern. Look at the beehive and the bee and the bird. I mean, just the whole thing is darling. There's all these patterns in one. And then some of the thread. Isn't she amazing? She spoiled me rotten. Yeah. Aren't just friends amazing? She's too good to me. Anyways, she was just such a sweetheart. So I'm ready to punch needle and fill up my cute Teresa Kogut bags with new projects that I just bought. But I also wanted to tell you guys that in a couple weeks that we're going to be going on a trip to the Redwoods with my family. It's just going to be me and my husband and my son, and then my brother, his wife, and 2 sons. So it's going to be kind of like a boys' trip with their parents. But we're gonna go and we're gonna see the Redwoods. We're gonna go down the coast and go to San Francisco and back across and come back home. But we're gonna see a bunch of sites on the way. Just a bunch of places that are kind of obscure and different and fun. We're gonna go to this jet boat place that's on the river. It's a jet boat on the river. We're going to go to this mystery tree house place. We're gonna go to a couple lighthouses. We're going to just some crazy places. Anyways, just along the way and staying in hotels and just gonna have a great time. And we're so excited. It's kind of like a road trip through the Redwoods and down to San Francisco. And it's just gonna be the 3 boys. They're similar in age, and then us parents, and we're just going in one car, and we're gonna have so much fun. So I'm gonna tell you more about it as we keep planning it, and but it's gonna be in the 2nd week in June, and I couldn't be more excited. But I wanted to let you guys know before it gets too close to it. Hopefully the next time I'll be able to tell you a lot more about it. So, but I've been yakking your guys' ear off long enough, so I'll let you go. If you have any questions, please let me know. And thank you so much for staying here and listening to my jibber jabber. And hopefully we'll see you next time. Thanks for being here. Bye. I hope I did okay. Love you.